Last time out, I segregated the freight and passenger rail traffic along the cross-country corridor in order to make some more money to pay for future expansions. This has started to generate quite a lot of revenue, but there's still the tricky task of diverting freight trains away from the main line between Towcester and Paignton, an incredibly hilly route as it turns out. By completing this challenge, however, I'll have finished the final freight fix on the network, and if that's not motivation to get this done today, I don't know what is. So with that said, let's get to it. Hey everyone, it's M4J here, and welcome back to From Steam to Electricity here on Transport Fever 2. Let me just remember to do that. There we go. I paused the time for a second because I just wanted to observe things and I didn't want to unlock stuff in the background whilst I was observing things. However, I did unlock some things during the previous episodes that I will talk about momentarily, because at least one of them has helped me a lot with what I'm doing here. So between episodes, I've completely forgot what I was about to say then. That was great, isn't it? Whoa, what a start to the video. Between episodes, after fixing the cross-country freight link, thanks to this lovely little line here between Rugeley and Towcester, this is being the most expensive and probably the best, actually, part of it in terms of its design, I went and did the line between Towcester and Blackburn. So you can see here now there are 6 tracks. I had to rebuild this bridge and I had to rebuild this downslope. So it might look a little bit different to what you remember in the last episode. But because of this, I was able to do a couple of other little things, which has actually increased throughput through this station quite nicely. I've also made a small change over here as well. I added this second line from the middle track here that runs parallel to this one. Reason being is eventually we're going to have trains using these middle 3 tracks as a go-between from this branch to the main line, and also from this main line to this branch. So it just enables two-way traffic, although I don't have that set up on this side quite as... Actually, no, I do, because there's double slips and stuff. So it is possible, it's just a little trickier on this side. But what it means is one train can leave while another arrives. Simple as that. You might notice in the bottom left corner we have money. After doing the line to Blackburn, which I haven't shown you yet, it's 6 tracks all the way down basically, and then over here it separates slightly just so that the head shunt fits in the middle. Lovely, easy, simple. I had like 2 million left in the bank after building all this. None of what you see in the bottom left corner is through the money cheat. All of it is earned from the game. So I'm very happy. It means that things are starting to work a little bit better than they were. These numbers here have checked. Oh wow, my passenger train is also almost making money. I lowered the number of carriages here because I realised it was way too expensive. We were never going to make money off of that. So I reduced the number of carriages. I also, I can show you it here in fact, because I've done it on this line too. I've also changed the middle tracks here to 124 mile per hour running. Reason being, super fast trains. We have 80 mile an hour locomotives now, so it made sense to do that. One other thing that I have done, you can't see it here, but if I go up to Towcester really quickly, these bad boys, we have large prairies now, and their power output is like double the Armstrongs, Deans, whichever these are, weaklings. So these have now been brought across to the van trains, and they do have better acceleration up the hills, which is awesome. And because we've now got dedicated freight tracks, did I do this off camera as well? I think I did this off camera. Uckfield to Towcester. I'm sure I did this off camera. Yes, I did. I did. This bridge here is horrendously ugly. It's fine for this bit, and then from here onwards it goes a little off, as in because it's on an incline. So I'm going to redo this section and make it an embankment like I've done here. And yeah, everything's working. Everything's making money. And because we've now got these segregated freight and passenger tracks, the freight trains actually, the real reason things were bad was because of the head shunts. But in segregating, I've been able to take the freight trains off the passenger service lines, which means the passenger services are also doing a little bit better. They're still losing money. Like, they're never going to make money, I don't think. But we get people moving, and that's good. That's always good. So, we're going to continue this experiment. It's not even an experiment anymore, it's just fact. And what we're going to do is we're going to completely change Blackburn Station today. Now, I've built this double pair of tracks here coming into Blackburn. That was just to get things connected up again. Because what we're actually going to do now is branch off here and run a new line with a new freight hub over here, which means that this truck stop, which I've never been happy with, is going to move over here as well. And then from here, we're going to have a pair of tracks that comes around this way-ish, bypasses these viaducts completely, because right now the freight trains are still using the normal tracks here, which I don't want. And then again, we're going to completely rebuild Gateshead. I think with Gateshead, though, we're going to leave it in the same place, connected to the passenger station, but we're going to move this building over to this side of the station, which means this road might have to be tweaked slightly. This truck stop will have to be moved. And one very important thing in this instance, which we don't have at the other stations, particularly on the cross-country line, is we're going to have passing loops. We're going to have through lines. Same with Blackburn, because we're going to build this as a brand new station, which we're actually going to do as a live build in just a second. I've already sort of pinpointed it's going to sit on this hill here, because I think that's not much terraforming. Landscaping. Sorry, I know people don't like the word terraforming when you're talking about landscaping. It's not going to require too much, I don't believe. And then it also means the tracks can stick to the hillside here and not have to do too much climbing. What it's going to look like on this side, though, I don't yet know. But this actually looks relatively, not flat, but, you know, it's not much of a gradient change. But I don't know what Gateshead's like. So I feel like there was an incline here, but maybe not. So let's get on with this building. And then we're going to, yeah, basically this is the final piece of the rebuilding puzzle. Once we've got this down, next episode pretty much, we can start extending the line again south from Paignton towards Stroud. Oh, that's slow. Stroud. Yeah, Stroud. And then we can have the other lines and things that we've talked about and connect basically all of those towns up, and it's going to be awesome. But yeah, we do need to make this look good first. So, Blackburn. Stop wasting time, Mark. Start focusing. So I think this is going to come around like this. So yeah, you see there is a little bit of landscaping required, and that was not... It wasn't the intention there to bulldoze someone's house. Apologies here to the good citizens of Blackburn, but all in the name of progress. There we go. So the new Blackburn goods yard is going to be seated in this space here. So I need to get the freight station. We're going to go large. 280. I was really tempted to do this as an ultimate station. The only reason I haven't is because it's going to take a flipping age to build it. I need you to snap to the road, if possible, please. Yeah, here. This is actually more landscaping than I bargained for. Is this what we want? Are we not entertained? I think actually over here might be a better place for it, but again, that's very deceptive, because from this angle, this hill here especially looks to be the same height as that road. I think it is, but there's a big gap between them. So I think what we actually want is this. If I curve it this way some as well. Yeah. So I'm going to say automatic for this. Oh no, it's going to have to be bigger than that. Alright, we'll go large. We'll go large. Just we don't need all the side buildings, because really we're dropping off stuff here. We're not picking up much. I also don't know if that's long enough. Where's Blackburn? That's a 320, isn't it? And that is a 280. So we're going to add extra modules on the ends, which is easy peasy. One there. One there. And then we can start doing this side of things. So we're going to stick with the 4-track stations, because I think that's what we need for this. But we're going to add these through tracks. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that's 360 now. Okay. Yeah, sorry, we're going to add these through tracks like this, because I think this will look better. It's a bit tricky to do with passenger platforms attached. That's why I've not really done it before, because it's just wasted space at that point. But here it's valuable, because I think we're going to have a lot of direct freight traffic running on this section of the line, particularly between Towcester and Paignton. So it makes a lot of sense to have this ability for freight traffic to pass straight through. Not that it's affected us too much, but there have been instances when I've been observing where freight trains have been sat waiting to pass through one of the stations. I guess it is what it is. Right. Here we go. Like so. And that is it done. That is the new Blackburn goods yard, which we can't rename yet because we've still got the old Blackburn goods yard. But eventually this will get renamed and all that good stuff. Now the next trick, and actually this is something we could perhaps... What's it going to look like if I carve this out? Not perfect, if I'm being honest. But we are going to have to do it, I think. So what I'm going to do here, this is going to be stupidly expensive, I admit. I'm going to do this. And we're going to pull this back slightly because we don't want a tunnel there. Then I'm going to do this as far as I can. And then I'm going to do this out like so. And then I'm going to do this as far as I can. And then I'm going to do this. And these are the actual running lines. The rest is all going to be branching off of these running lines. So if I bring these back now. Something, I guess like this. Yeah. That works. I'm happy with that. We're going to do this, which is going to result in huge crossovers, and it's going to look awesome. So what I'm going to do here is big crossover. Really? Okay. From here then, big crossover. And then from, where is it? There. Big crossover. Nope. Come on, game. Why does it do that? I've never understood why the game does that. There. Better. And then these ones... Yeah, I've not really thought this through, have I? Technically, that can go like that, but that's a really slow speed, and they're supposed to be the express tracks. Let's take this back and try again, shall we? So what I actually want is, first of all, a little bit of space to put some signals in, because that's always a good idea. Same here. There we go. And then these ones are going to come in as long distance as they can get, which is there by the looks of things. And I guess there by the looks of things. And then it looks like we're actually doing normal junctions then. We're going to do this and this. And then a scissor crossover here. 45 miles an hour, that's pretty good, I would say. And then a 45 there as well. Yeah. Yeah, alrighty. Parallel that that track, and then we're going to start coming out this way. Now I think... Oh wow, we're actually so far beneath. Again, that's really misleading. I thought we were coming in at a decent height here. I am sure, like if I come down to this level here, I'm sure that's a similar height to over there. So we might have to do some curving here. bring it up. If I can get it to 55, that's a good speed. We don't need tunnels here, thank you. Now is that too much slope? But how much is too much slope? Like how far above it are we? Wait, that works. Okay, hang on. We can totally make this work. If I did this, again, 65 is fine. There you go, 65. And then here. Yeah, I mean, that is connected, right? That is so connected. Okay, pause. I'm going to branch it off here for now. And bring it down like so. Yes, there's a lot of slowdown here. This will be resolved shortly. Technically, we could keep both stations. There's no reason why we can't. And have the through traffic use this line that we're building here. And then the terminating traffic use the existing station. That's an option. Because that's one other thing we need to do today is split the traffic up like we have done elsewhere. But in theory, this new Blackburn station is now connected. In theory. I don't like this shape though. So I do want to reshape this when the time comes. But right now, yeah, whatever. It's fine. We now need to do something similar on this side. So here, yeah, again, look. That's, oh, because that's going up. That's why. Yeah, okay. We're on an embankment. That's fine. So let's just bring this straight out to, like, yeah, there. Technically, that's the wrong track I've just built there. So I'm going to bring this one out. Dead straight, like so. I then want to build this to there. And then build that one like that. 1 second. I want you to be parallel. There we go. Alrighty, now you were doing so well, Mark. You were doing so well. You were doing so well. Literally just demolished the wrong bit, didn't I? Let me try all this again and pretend I know what I'm doing. So, we're going to build this bit to here. And then I'm going to turn on parallel tracks. And do you know why? Because I'm going to build this bit like this. I'm then not going to demolish the bit that I need. That's the bit where most people mess up, you see. They delete the bit that they need. Not me. No, I don't do that. That's an amateur move. Alright. You are then going to connect in like so. If I can do it to 55, say. Yeah, that's a pretty good speed. Oh, I didn't do the... You know what else is good? Is when you leave enough space for point work. Not point work, for signals. It's always a key tip as well. Again, amateurs, they tend not to worry about things like that. But us in the pro leagues, we always leave enough space for signals and things. It just makes life easier, you know? There you go. So the Transport Fever Pro Leagues. It's a very competitive environment. Okay, now we can connect these in. There is a slowdown on either side here. That's absolutely fine. We can then connect the fast lines up. I want it to be 55. 56, that's 54. Alright, 56 will do. 58, that's also good. Now here, I guess I can just do it this way. Because again, besides terminating services, things are going to occupy the correct platforms for the direction they're travelling in. which is absolutely a-okay. 40, 40, 40. Lovely stuff. Okay, now that's done, let's go over here and look at Gateshead. In fact, no, let's not look at Gateshead. This bit I'm going to do off camera because I've already been going for 20 minutes. Trying to keep these episodes short and sweet. So I'm going to go build the second part off camera, re-signal all of this, probably rebuild this section here as well, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And then when we come back in just a moment, this will all be connected up and ready for more trains. And we're back, and it's all done and complete. So we've got the new Blackburn over here, Blackburn West. Rebuilt this, made it look a little bit nicer. There is still a slight slowdown for this curve in particular, but it's not too bad. And I've kept this junction here because we are going to be keeping this side as well. Not sure what for yet. It might just be for deliveries only, but it seemed like a really nice design despite the head shunt messing things up. So I just wanted to keep it and integrate it into the legacy of the network. It's also the fact that this double track here does double track does still access the main running lines here. So it seemed like a good idea to hold on to those just in case we need them. From Blackburn then, we depart this way through the trees, around onto this embankment, which takes us across this valley, over this road. Bit of a roller coaster section there, I think. Not too bad though. That then comes onto this embankment, over the main road via this bridge. And then that starts curving down via this level crossing into the new Gateshead. This is huge now. We actually have 5 platforms here, and the through lines are in the middle this time rather than here and here, I guess it was. I liked this idea as well. Just a bit of variety as well, you know, keeps things a little interesting. Just like before, we have kept somewhat of a legacy here of being able to access the goods lines from the freight. Which, yeah, I like. I've also got a new truck hub over here, which I've also done over at Blackburn. This one's over here. It's a little out of the way, but it is connected. So that's fine. And I think it's future-proof. I think we can add another bay on the top there as well. So that's all good. And I can't see the town expanding into this area, so it made sense just to build it there. And then Gateshead, very similar. No town bit's going to grow here. Built a new road across the top. Extended the tunnel underneath, so that now looks a little bit nicer. I still think I want to redo this section as well. Maybe that's something I'll do off camera. And yeah, it's good to go. And then from here, it's just a pair of tracks that are snapped to the main running line here. And originally, the outbound track was this one, and the inbound came off of this passenger line here and swung around and underneath. Now it's just a double track tunnel going underneath, and that takes us into Paignton goods yard, which I think as well is a lot nicer. Right, we have to reroute quite a few railway lines now, as well as rerouting the trucks from here over to here. I was just checking as well, there are no other, this is all just, yeah, all just deliveries and pickups and things that are related to Blackburn. It's Gateshead where we've got the wood, which I've already rerouted anyway, I believe. So actually that's fine, because the Gateshead one I've already done because I had to remove the existing truck stop. Blackburn I haven't done yet, so I guess we'll get on with this. So first up, let's pin this, the machines. So from Blackburn transfer, which I believe is the first one, yep, we're going to go over here now to Blackburn branch. And I believe you are just picking up machines and dropping off waste. So we're going to carry on with that tradition. Just like before, you're going to have access to everything. And then we're going to remove that one like so. I'm going to rename you quickly as well. So we're going to call you Blackburn Freight Hub, just like we've done over at Gateshead. This one is the mixed. You're picking up anything to do with construction materials, I believe. Marble, stone, and sand. Marble, stone, and sand, and you are dropping off conmat. I hate that term. It's construction materials. Or just call them bricks. Yeah. Anyway. And then finally, you are tools. Yeah. So you are picking up tools. You are dropping off waste. We're going to do that, and we're going to do that, and then we're going to do that. Excellent. Just to check quickly, the machines line is definitely picking up machines, correct? No. Did that wrong. There we go. Cool. So that should all be plumbed in and connected now and all working. Now we have to do this. So if there's anything that terminates at Blackburn, and actually now is a really good opportunity to look at doing that. Having stuff terminating at Blackburn and then running back. So if I'm looking here, Gateshead and Blackburn both accepts the same things. So actually that's not entirely helpful, if I'm being perfectly honest. There is also a line, if I recall, that's like Stowmarket to Paignton. Yeah, van train. In fact, this is the train. This is the one that I wanted to look at the most. Because at Stowmarket, I think you just unload stuff. Yeah, which in theory, I guess we do still need you to do that, don't we? Okay. Okay, game, you win. Alright, we'll do them somewhat in order then. Because now we're not stop-starting as much. We're not shunting backwards and forwards and things like that. So actually having a van train that runs direct... it's still going to be a problem, isn't it? I think we should do a Stowmarket to Towcester train and then a Towcester to Paignton. Or we do a Stowmarket to Blackburn train and then a Blackburn to Paignton train. That could work too. That could work very much too. So I am going to do this one first. So we're actually going to create a new line first to run from Blackburn to Gateshead to Paignton to Gateshead. So at Blackburn here, you can take, 1 and 2. And then at Gateshead, on the way down, you want to take the downlines here, 2 and 1. Okay, why is that doing that? That's going to be a problem, isn't it? Everything here should be accessible. It's not one way. It's after the signal. Oh. There we go. There we go. Right. And then at Paignton, you are terminating and running back. So I guess we could use these tracks here for that. Whichever ones these are. 1, 2, 3, 4 by the looks of it. Actually, I didn't see one in 2, so I'm going to put you in 2. Okay. You are then at Gateshead again, going to be 3 with 4. Like so. Again, I'm going to close you again for a second, because I want to find out what we're actually picking up and dropping off. So over here, this line now is going to be curtailed at Blackburn. So we're going to do this. In terms of the lines here, 3 and 4. So I'm going to do 4 first with 3. Like so. Blackburn goods yard here, you are unloading machines and tools. So we're going to unload machines and tools. But you're also going to load up on tools, because I believe that's what's being made down at Paignton. Yes. And I guess goods as well. From here. goods from here coming down to Paignton. Although Paignton, yeah, I think we might keep this a closed system. So I don't believe we're making food up here anywhere, are we? No. So I think it is just the tools from Paignton. Okay. That makes my life a little bit easier. Cool. We can always add goods again in the future, and then we can remove all of this crap. Including Paignton, Gateshead, Blackburn, and Blackburn. So this is now a problem. Let's get rid of that as well. Okay, and I think we now have a solution. Cool. Now actually, I don't think we need this signal here now either. Which is nice. Yep, that's all connected and working. Right, so we're going to change the name here. You are now Stowmarket to Blackburn. Done. We're then going to do this other line here. You are mixed van Blackburn to Paignton. Colour that like so, and then you at Blackburn are going to pick up machines and tools. You're also going to be unloading tools. At Gateshead, what's happening at Gateshead? You're just unloading machines and tools by the looks of things. Unload machines, unload tools. Down to Paignton, where again, I think you're actually just loading tools by the looks of things. Loading tools. And then at Gateshead, you are just unloading tools. Actually here. Yeah, no, that is correct. Okie dokie. We'll get you populated in just a moment. Next on the agenda, pin you again now, the flat train. So Towcester to Paignton, that's absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's a good distance, in fact. So we just got to manage this carefully. So at Blackburn now, here you were what? Unloading marble, loading construction materials. So you're going to be doing the exact same thing. Unloading marble, loading construction materials. We then, oh, let's sort this out as well. So here, let's have you on 1 with 2 as the backup. We can now get rid of these 2 things. That should now work. That should now work. And get rid of you as well. Blackburn West, goods yard, Paignton goods yard, Gateshead goods yard. We don't need the head shunt anymore, nor do we need that one. Here though, I am going to add this again first quickly. So you were 1 with 2, so now you're going to be 4 with 3, which does mean a little bit of interaction where we might not want it, but so what? And you are just loading up on construction materials. Now we can get rid of that. So you are now fixed and working. Excellent. We've already done the trucks, haven't we? Yes. Whoops. Didn't mean to pin you. Right. I am, though, going to check down here, because I did do some jigging around down here as well. So at Gateshead here, let's have you 1 with 2. Good. And then this Gateshead, we're going to have you 5 with 4. Yeah, I like that. Nice. And then finally then this one, which is Towcester to Middlewich. Yeah, this one's getting split as well. We're going to bump it down to Paignton. So what are you bringing up to Middlewich first and foremost? So at Towcester, I think it's oil sand mostly, isn't it? Oil sand, waste and sand, which you're also unloading. And then at Blackburn, you're just unloading sand? Yeah, and you're loading waste. And then Gateshead, I think you're the same. Unloading sand, loading waste. And then Paignton, unloading everything, basically. So let's create a new line, first of all. From Paignton. We're going to put you on whichever platforms these are here. 8. It's really hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8. And then we're going to have 7, 6, and 5 as backups. We'll sort out what you're carrying in just a second. We are still going to keep the head shunts on this branch, which might sound really stupid. And already I'm regretting it. Do you stop at Loddon? What do you do here? You load up on waste. I feel like that I want to not do. Even though I know we're using it here. I feel like I don't want to stop at Loddon at all. On the way up or the way back. Could we get Loddon's waste by truck to here? I think we can. Where's my new line gone? Where are we? There, line 1. So let's get rid of Loddon. After Paignton, your next stop is Shepshead. Then into the head shunt. Then up to Middlewich, where you then turn that into sand. And then I guess if you're picking up waste from here, then we do need to stop at Shepshead on the way back. And I think this is going to corroborate that, is it not? Middlewich, and then, yeah, Shepshead again. So I can't really see a way around that. So we are going to have to do that one. And then we're going to skip Loddon again. Because I don't think there's anything we need to pick up from there. And then, yeah, back to Paignton. Let's just corroborate. You do stop at Loddon again. On the way back down. Oh, you unload silver as well. Are we loading silver at Middlewich? We are loading silver at Middlewich. Okie dokie. Was that obvious? Yes, it was, because it's there. You muppet Mark. Right. In that case, I think I know what's happening here now. So at Paignton, we are loading oil sand. We are also loading waste. Let's have this go up to like 90%. This can be the other 10. I don't think we're ever going to get more than that. To Shepshead then, where we unload waste. Here we don't do anything. In fact, we might as well look at platform arrangement while we're here. So at Shepshead, to be honest, you could probably just do whatever. Shepshead head shunt. Platform 1 is fine. With 2. Then up to Middlewich, where again, stop in whichever platform you want. So here we are unloading oil sand. We are loading sand. We're also loading waste. And we're loading silver. I think this is going to be 50. Actually, this is going to be like 5. And then this is going to be 20. So that takes it up to 25. And then this is going to be 75. Because I think that's going to be quite a lot. And the silver, I believe... This is where I find out it's going to Loddon, right? Where does the silver go? It is Loddon. Damn it! Alright. Alright, you win, game. Okay, Shep's Head shunt on the way back. You're going to be platform 3 with 2. And again, you're not loading or unloading anything. Just checking at the bottom here. Yeah, you're unloading sand here. Okay. So Middlewich, Shep's Head. So this Shep's Head. What are you doing here? You're unloading waste. We know that much. I think that's it. Did I just do sand? No, I did waste. Good. Let's just check here. So, Middlewich. You are unloading oil sand, you're loading silver, you're loading waste, you're loading sand. And then when you get back to Shep's Head here, you are unloading waste and nothing else. And then when you get to Loddon, you're unloading silver and nothing else. Okie dokie. So we'll find this sodding line again now. So yeah, Loddon head shunt over here. You are going into track 3, 2, doobie-doo, and then Loddon itself. You are unloading silver, wherever it's gone. That's silver, right? Yeah, silver ore. Okay. Why can we not get from Loddon to Paignton? Don't know, because it comes down here, branches off. Oh, is there no... Yeah, there's no crossover. For this set of tracks. That's a bit dumb, isn't it? That's a double slip though, and that's a double slip. So this one's accessible. It's this outer one isn't accessible. And I don't know how to fix that. Can I squeeze? Nope. Okay. I might just have to remove that platform. I'm just going to remove that platform, I think. Make my life a little bit easier. So at Paignton here, it's not going to be... Oh wait, you're going into 1. You're not even going into that. Well, that'll be why. We'll make 6. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay. So you are mixed, hopper, Paignton, Middlewich. Paint you the blue. Cool, cool. So you're on the current existing route, but you're going to move to the new one now. Like so. Purely because we're about to take the old one out. So the first thing we're going to do is reroute it here. So old Blackburn goods yard is now going to be new Blackburn west. What are you doing here? Loading waste, unloading sand. Probably should have been able to work that one out really, shouldn't I? Okay. And then let's have you come in on 2 with 1. Remove Blackburn goods yard. Remove Blackburn head shunt. Keep Gateshead. But only the goods yard, not the head shunt. And then at Paignton you end. So get rid of all this crap. God, I hope this works. Get rid of that. So at Paignton now, you unload waste and you unload oil sand. Don't think you have sand on at this point, do you? Oh, and you pick up sand. Yes. Don't have that anymore. And then at this gate's head, I guess you're just dropping off that sand you picked up, aren't you? Yes, and apparently also picking it up because there must be, yep, an oil refinery. Okay, so now we can come over to this gate's head and we can say, I say 2 and 1. And then on the way back, we'll have, I don't know, 4 and 5. We'll remove that. Excuse me. I think I did 4 and 5, didn't I? So why don't we do 4 and 3? Or I'll just have all of them. That works too. And then finally Blackburn West, where let's do 3 and 4. And then at Blackburn, you were just unloading sand. So here you are also just going to unload sand. Okay, now you're working. Your frequency though is atrocious, so what we're also going to do here, is there another train on this line around here somewhere? I don't know. I don't think there is. We've also got trains now that don't have paths. Oh yes, you. The lumber line. How did I forget about that? From Paignton to Towcester. So I feel like you don't stop at Blackburn, which is maybe part of the problem here. Yeah, Paignton. So the next stop is Gateshead, which is fine. We can sort that out. So at Gateshead here, we'll do a 4 and 5. That's cool. And then at Towcester, you are no longer running through that, and you are no longer running to the head shunt. And here you can be, yep, 1 and 2. That's fine. So this line should now be rerouted, and it should use the center tracks here at Blackburn, and it does, and that's awesome. I love it. Brilliant. Alright, last thing to check then. This line has a frequency of 10 minutes. That's okay, but we are going to take this train here. Wait, 1 sec. I did create a new line, didn't I? Oh wait, no, because you just end at Paignton. So you're fine. You are fine. This one, though, I'm going to take another one of these trains if I know where they are. So that's one there that we've already rerouted. There's one here which is about to turn around because it's on the wrong line. That's a tall train anyway, so it's a van train, so it doesn't matter. Steel. Oh, you're a flatbed. You're fine. I need to find the nearest hopper train. I feel like there might be one on the main line. At least one. There's one. You've got no path. But we're going to pop you on this line. Hopper, Paignton to Middlewich. If I just keep you pinned. And again, I'm just going to sweep the main line here quickly. Actually, there might be some up on the line itself, which would be useful. There is. You. Hopper. Paignton to Middlewich. So you've now got a frequency of 10 minutes, which is fine. This line has a frequency of 13 minutes, which is absolutely fine. Oh, also. Run around train. And then it's the van train, I think, is the only other one that we need to worry about. Or the new one. Blackburn to Paignton. Wait, there's 2 lines. That's why. So you've got a frequency, whoops, of 5 minutes, which is too much. And you are on the old line. Yep, so we're going to swap you to the new one. Blackburn to Paignton. Wait, does Paignton to Middlewich already have No, that's the hyper train, Mark. Get it right. Come on. Yeah, you've already got trains. Okay. You've got too many trains. So now we need to do this and wait for the autosave, because I don't ever do things timed correctly. I think this is going to be the end of the episode. I was going to get the express passenger train running today as well, but I think that's something for next time. Because to be honest, it's probably going to be running straight through Paignton anyway, right the way down to Stroud, if we get everything connected. So you are now Blackburn to Paignton. Nice. And then there's this line, this train up here. You're going to be Blackburn to Paignton. I think that was the last one that wasn't working properly. What's your frequency? 9 minutes. And yours is 9 minutes. That's a surprising accident. But I will take it. I'm also going to flip you. And I'm going to flip you. So that they're running the right way up the hill. Do I really only need 2 trains on this line? Okie dokie game. Are there any trains here, any lines here that don't have trains? Now, you've got trains, you've got trains, you've got trains. So I think we're all set there. The last thing, the absolute last thing, is timetabling. So you, Paignton to Middlewich. We're going to unbunch these. 10 minutes there. 10 minutes there. Cool. Come down here. Whoops. You. 10 minutes there. And 10 minutes there. I think we did all this without having to buy new trains as well, which is really neat. Tick you on. And I feel like there's another line somewhere, isn't there, that we made? No? No? Okay. That's it then. Everything is set up and working. The only last thing to do, no, not Gateshead, Blackburn, is I'm just going to put here. Actually, no, we're going to keep that as goods yard. Over here, you are Blackburn Freight Terminal. And now we're done. Excellent. Unpause the game. I am very happy with how all of this has gone. We are still going to wait a little bit while stuff here is getting rejigged and things. I think something just kicked in there that wasn't there before as well, which is nice. And other than that, well, yeah, we need to get food to Blackburn. I guess that could be a dedicated train at some point from Towcester through Blackburn to Gateshead, and then somehow we'll load something on here to go back. Don't really know what goes on van trains that we can pick up from here. Yeah. I guess maybe you were supposed to be food still. 1 second, because I think I have balked that now. Blackburn to Paignton. At Blackburn. Also pick up food. And then at Gateshead, drop off food. And at Paignton, drop off food. Okay, and then this line, Stowmarket to Blackburn. So at Towcester, I think you are picking up food. I mean, you're doing everything at... yeah, that's probably not right. Here, you're dropping off the food because it needs to be picked up. Okay. And then these toasters. So you're picking up food, dropping off tools, picking up machines, going up to Stowmarket where you're dropping off all of those 3 things. And then when you come back down here, you are just loading with machines, tools, and food. Actually, I guess you can load up with goods as well. If I recall, you don't pick up anything at Stowmarket, do you? No. So you're going to be empty here. Okay. So at Blackburn, then, you are also going to unload goods. And then, one final thing. This train here. At Blackburn, you are also picking up goods, and at Paignton, you are dropping off those goods. So if I check now, Paignton itself, suppliers, yeah, we've still got goods coming in from Holt Whistle and Hale. Not from Shep's Head, though. Why is that? Is that the right? Yeah. Van train Paignton to Middlewich. Shep's Head on the way back down. You are set to load goods. You're set to unload goods. They're just not being done. Yeah, I don't know. Not my problem right now. We're going to wrap things up. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you're enjoying the series so far. There's no way you're going to Gateshead right now. Go to Blackburn. Sorry. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. And, of course, if you're enjoying the series so far. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. It's always really, really helpful. Much appreciated. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you for your continued support. Enjoy the rest of your evening. And until next time, I will see you soon.